At the southern edge of the world, where the wild Atlantic clashes with the ancient Indian Ocean, lies an island out of place, not born of tectonics, but of memory and imagination. It's a place where the currents of history run just as deep and turbulent as the waters that surround it. This is Dream Park Island, a paradox sculpted from struggle. Its very name is a bittersweet echo of the good old times, a contradiction, once golden and now forgotten. Its mines built empires, its roar echoed across the world, from racetracks to roller coasters. But the gold ran dry, the laughter vanished, and what's left? It's a reflection, raw and unfiltered, of a country still reckoning with itself. Here, a highway might separate two neighborhoods, but it is history that divides them. From the bustling metropolis where disparate cultures collide to the quiet ancestral traditions of the distant village, and in between, the sprawling townships and the isolated suburbs, a testament to the legacy of segregation and stark inequality. A government tangled in broken promises and vanishing millions offers little hope. The mines and industrial parks, the lifeblood of the economy, are closing. Youth unemployment is sky high, and yet, in this overlooked corner of the map, a new spark ignites. A new industry is rising, forged not from the earth, but from innovation, not from the soil, but from the code, not from extraction, but from creation. For the youth of Dream Park, the future is not simply inherited, it is designed. Every sketch, every line of code, every 3D model, they're not just projects, they're blueprints for belonging. The future must be built from the silent determination of an aspiring artist defying convention to the fierce will of a young dreamer who sees potential where others see ruin. In a land where racing cars once defined childhood and the roar of engines was a national anthem, these young visionaries discover a different kind of power. Music. It's a language understood across every divide. It pulses through alleys and across townships, cutting through the divisions with rhythm and melody. A reminder that dreams still dance here. But progress on Dream Park Island is a fragile thing. It is constantly threatened by the unseen hands of corruption. So, every line of code written is a quiet rebellion. Every open laptop, a light against the shadows of neglect. This is Dream Park Island. A world imagined by the forgotten. A story sculpted by young hands. And a dream not yet fully realized, but already rewriting the future. And it is impossible to silence. Hi, this is Kane Gadimeng and welcome back to the second episode of Pixels with Purpose. This series is about introducing you to active revision, the work we do, the journey we've been on, and the ideas driving everything. In this episode, we want to focus on the heart of everything we do, and that is Dream Park Island. In case it's not immediately clear to you, Dream Park Island is an abstraction of South Africa. A beautiful place with immense potential, but a long way to go, if I may say so. But with Dream Park Island, what we wanted to achieve is two things. First, we wanted to build a learning platform where our learners can learn creative and technical skills. And secondly, we wanted to have a place to tell any kind of story. So now, as a learning platform, what we are trying to achieve is that we want our learners to work towards something that is goal-oriented. So they're not just building things, they're not just creating things, they're creating something towards a specific purpose, in our case, for telling a story. So we want them to be able to, when they are modeling, when they are animating, to be able to imagine some of the things that they know from their environments and some of the things they've seen on TVs, and be able to translate those into digital models. So maybe they see a house, a car, and have to wonder, how do I build this house in Blender? How do I take this house and put it in Unity? And how do I have a character that walks around this place in Blender? How do I control the same character to run around the street in Unity? So we want them to be able to go back and forth between their reality and how they translate that into stories, and those are the technical skills that we are trying to teach, something that is applicable in their real life, something that is reflecting their real lives and their dreams. So that's what we wanted to achieve in terms of a technical and creative learning platform. But secondly, we wanted a place from which any kind of story can be told. So we started our project in the community of Riverlea, which is a township, but we don't want our learners to be limited to that place in terms of telling their stories. We want them to be able to tell any kind of story they can imagine. And that's why we kind of thought about the entire South Africa. We're like, okay, we can have villages, we can have townships, cities, and so on. And then now, how do you then put those together in a way that is doable, in a way that is not too large? So you want it to be contained. And for that, we thought maybe let's just have an island where we put all of these places, and the stories that you can tell from anywhere in South Africa can be told from this island. And that is the other purpose of what we are trying to achieve with that. Otherwise, we're also just having fun. It's great to imagine an island somewhere where you can make up any story you want, and well, for me that is fun. I imagine anybody who has characters speaking in their heads. I mean, in a normal kind of way, not weird. But yeah, if you have characters talking to each other in your head sometimes, I think having such an environment to actually put them and let them play around is one of the most satisfying feelings. Anyways, that is Dream Park Island. Our learning models follow 4 key phases, each one building towards real production. First is intake. We regularly work with local partners, especially schools, who recommend learners for our program. We also work with learners whose parents have heard about us and request enrollment directly. The second phase is learning the basics. The first major milestone is mastering the fundamentals of animation, programming, and game development. Many of our learners start from zero, not even knowing where the control button is. But by the end of this phase, they are creating walk cycles, animating cars, and building game prototypes. We use industry standard tools like Blender for 3D graphics and Unity for game development, both free, open source professional grade software used by studios all over the world. The third phase is the story competition. Exciting. In this phase, each learner creates a story based on a criteria shaped by their current skills, available tools, and team capacity. But more importantly, their stories must reflect something personal, their environment, their lived experiences, and dreams for the future. The winning writer also gets to choose the voiceover artist. More often than not, they choose themselves. And the final phase is the animation and game project. Once we have the winning story, that's where the real work begins. The group will now collaborate to turn that story into a short film and a video game. We divide learners into departments, for example, the story department, modeling, animation, programming, and so on. Instructors will act more like editors, guiding the process and not really directing it. Animation requires more advanced skill, so learners in that department often take lead roles in game development too. This phase mirrors how startup studios work. It is agile, collaborative, it is fluid, and learners move between roles as needed. While each of our learners is on their own individual journeys, our ultimate goal is collective. To build a team, capable of producing a feature-length animated film and an indie video game. With every project, we refine our methods, improve our pipelines, and move closer to that vision. Most online platforms that teaches coding and digital skills focus on individual learners and building small isolated projects. We chose a different path. Our vision has always been bolder, because in the real world, great creative work is never done alone. It takes a team of skilled, like-minded people working together towards something greater. We're not just training individuals, we're nurturing a creative production studio where collaboration is at the core. Our learners already receive individual instruction at school. What we offer is something else. It is hands-on, team-based learning through the media that they love, animation and video games. The skills we teach, animation, programming and game development, are complex. And no young person, especially one outside the immediate pressures of the job market, should be expected to master that alone. That's why we build teams. Because when the process is social, it becomes sustainable. When it is collaborative, it becomes powerful. And when the learners grow together, they don't just gain skill, they gain confidence, purpose, and each other. Now that you've seen what we do and how we do it, it's time to find out who we are. In the next episode, we dive into the social and cultural influences that shape our storytelling lenses as instructors. It's gonna be personal, it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be epic. See you then. Cheers.